welcome to Kutch time. Today is November 21st, 2025, and the Michigan State Spartans just beat Detroit Mercy 84-56. MSU dominated former MSU assistant Mark Montgomery's Detroit by showing up on both ends of the court. They held Detroit to under 35 in both halves and scored over 40 in both halves. That's just a dominant game from both ends of the court. They were led by floor general Jeremy Fears, who had an 18-point double-double. There was a lot to like tonight from the Michigan State Spartans tonight. Jeremy Fears had 18 points, 11 assists, 2 threes. This is a guy who is a top-tier point guard in the Big Ten in college basketball. He's a redshirt sophomore after having a pretty tragic accident his true freshman year. But he's bounced back from that, and he showed up this year. He had a little rocky start last year, His score was kind of shaky, He just didn't have as much drive as he probably wanted to. But this year, he's him. He's probably, if he continues his pace, will be in an all Big Ten team. At least the third team. I mean, this guy leads the league in assists per game right now. He had 13 assists Tuesday night. He had 11 assists today. He is the leader of this team. I don't think I've seen a guy so conversational and so like connected with Tom Izzo on the sidelines since someone like Cassius Winston. I mean, this is some guy that Izzo trusts. It's been such a long time for Izzo to have the guy. Like, we had to have AJ Hoggard be Izzo's point guard for such a long time. And by the end of the time, it was rocky. And Hoggard had next year, and Izzo told him, "Get off my team. I'm not having you back for a fifth year." Yeah, you had to go to Vanderbilt. Jeremy Fears is the point guard. And guess what? Jeremy Fears is very much the point guard, and he's a point guard of the future for this team. Cohen Carr, great game. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 2 threes. 2 threes from Cohen Carr. I mean, I almost feel like it's more exciting. Like, every game, Cohen Carr is going to have some crazy dunk. He's going to have Fears is going to find him in a lot because Fears is has such good floor vision. He's going to make sure he gets his. But it's almost more of a sight to see Cohen Carr make a three, especially too. I mean, I don't know the last time I saw him, or if I've seen him make 2 threes in a game. That's probably his career high. I mean, this guy is developing a shot, and it's good. I mean, he's always been an amazing finisher. He's always had this good drive defensively. He can always rebound. He's always this athletic beast. But if he gets that shot down, this is a guy that be going to the NBA, let alone being at top of the Big Ten, top of college. Another good night from Jackson Kohler. He had a 20-point outing Tuesday, 13 points, 4 rebounds, made a 3. Probably could add more. That's kind of been the key of Jackson Kohler so far. I mean, he's been great in his minutes. He's gotten his points. He's gotten his scoring. He's a defensive dog like he always is. But he leaves some shots up that he could be making. And so what? He had 13 points. It's college basketball. You're going to have mistakes. But when it comes down to closer games, unlike tonight, he's got to make those shots, especially in big times. Carson Cooper has been one of the more surprising guys this season. I did not come into the season thinking Carson Cooper would come out almost basically averaging 10 points a game. I mean, he had a pretty bad night Tuesday, but tonight 12 points, 6 rebounds, and key for Carson Cooper, 4 from 4 from the free throw line. This is a guy who I've seen multiple times in person miss 2 free throws in a row, multiple times in a game. He lacks confidence a lot of times during the free throws during the game. A lot of his warm up is taking free throws, just to get him in the groove, and he's shown up a lot more. His free throw has been better this year, but his offensive game has just been better. He's been a lot more agile, a lot more mobile for how big he is, how lanky he is, and he's been able to catch the lob a lot more better from Fears. And Fears is obviously stepping up and getting him the ball more, and getting him in good positions, and getting him the open buckets he should be having. This is a guy that usually averaged like 6-7 points the last few seasons, and he's just stepped up. He took it to another level, and rightfully so, and he's rightfully earned his starting spot on this team, because honestly there really is no other center, like true center, on this team. There was bad tonight. One of the biggest issues with the starting lineup for State, no matter how we put it, the 2 guard is just easily the weakest, most hit or miss spot for the roster. It's Kurtang and Trey Fort. Trey Fort, 1 for 5, 1 for 4 from 3. Kurtang 1 for 6, 0 for 4 from 3. Trey Ford gets to start. Kurting plays 3 more minutes in him. It's like 13 minutes to 16 minutes, so it's not like they're getting 20 plus minutes like the rest of the starters. Um, but they're both like hit or miss. Like Tuesday, they both had decent nights. Kurting definitely had the better night, and it definitely caused some conversations on whether he should start with Trey Ford, and I still think he should. Um, and I think the biggest thing is just a shot selection. Kurting is only really going to shoot the shots that he's allowed to. He's not going to go out of his way and shoot a bad shot. And while sometimes he's going to knock them down, sometimes he's not. That just depends on the night. Trey Fort, on the other hand, whether he's knocking them down, whether he's not knocking them down, will force up shots and force up and make it seem like he's at Stanford, like he's the number one option at Stanford. This isn't Stanford anymore. This is Michigan State. He can't do that. He's not the number one option anymore. There really is no number one option in the Michigan State Spartans. There really hasn't been a number one option since Tyson Walker left. And like even last year, like Akins or Jay, it's like no, neither one of them was the number one option. Like they shared it. They shared it. And Trey Force is not that guy. He's just not the number one option anymore. He needs to learn that and he needs to stop forcing up bad shots so he can stop being benched and he can play a role on this team. Jordan Scott has had a really bad stretch the last 3 games. He was 0 for 4 from night, 0 for 3. He had 2 points, made some free throws. He has not made a single free field goal in the past 3 games. It's not. We played San Jose State, garbage team. Kentucky, fine. Detroit Mercy, garbage team. He played 38 minutes of game time in those games, and he didn't make a single field goal. I mean, he can do whatever. He can rebound. He can play good defense. He's a fine facilitator, whatever. He's a lanky guy, so he's going to be good at defense. He's going to get some steals. He's going to get some tips. But offensively, you have to be better than that. Like, if Jordan Scott shows more of an offensive game, he might be able to take the starting 2 guard because he can play the 2. That's kind of what he played in high school. And he can stretch it. Like he's playing a lot of 2 minutes, as big as he is, and he's just so good defensively that it makes up for his offensive game. For the bench, but it'll never lead to starting minutes right now. He's got to be better. I mean, I'm sure this is just the start of his He's a freshman. It's the start of his college career, but he's got to be better if he wants a real role in this team going forward. Um, and I believe in him. He was a 4-star. Him and Cam Ward came out. Cam Ward's obviously shown he's a dog. Uh, yeah, the catchphrase. You ain't try hard enough, and he's just that. Cam Ward's that guy. Jordan Scott hasn't really been proving to have that toughness, that grit, that you like to see from Michigan State guys. But next week, Thanksgiving week, we have a game against Tuesday against East Carolina, Thursday against North Carolina, who is ranked. It is the Fort Myers tip-off. Now, I don't know what Michigan State. Obviously, will get a new rank Monday. They have a good win against Kentucky, and they have the win against Detroit. Some top teams have lost, so Michigan State does have a decent chance to jump to top 10. Now, do we get disrespected again like we did after we beat Arkansas? We only went to 17 instead of being top 15, which we realistically should have been. We probably do. We always get disrespected as Michigan State. But we do have a good chance to be top 10. We'll at least be top 12. So I think we'll be ranked higher against UNC and we'll be favored. And then I will have a recap those 2 games in this break. I won't have time, but I will have short previews up before the game, either the day before or the morning of. Just going over the game, going over the lineups, going over the keys to win the game, and just expectations. But the recaps will return for the first Big Ten game of the year against Iowa, which is the week after Thanksgiving. So thank you for watching.